They may have. One of his sons might take it. Oh, that was me. Oh, Christian might take it. Christian want to be a gangster. He a gangster, right?
Girl, can you believe Diddy would throw his own son under the bus just to save himself? Like, we knew he was desperate to stay out of prison, but this level of desperation, insane. His ex-bodyguard Gene Deal just dropped some major bombshells, saying the feds might come for Christian next with those SA charges. Word on the street is that Christian's been following Daddy's messy footsteps, and now people are saying Diddy's allegedly feeding info to the feds about his own son to cut himself a deal. I mean, this isn't even the first time Diddy sacrificed his kids to save his own skin, but honey, this time the consequences for Christian could be major because the feds are all over him now. Thanks to his own father. I know it sounds absolutely wild that Diddy would throw his own child under the bus, but when you look at his track record, not shocking at all. Like, remember when he got raided by the feds? Reports came out that he allegedly just up and left the country, heading to the Caribbean while leaving his kids to deal with the feds. TMZ was tracking his private jet. You know, that fancy black Gulfstream 5 he's always flexing? They spotted it landing in Antigua. The timeline was messy. Sunday evening around 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, takes off from Sacramento, lands in Palm Springs an hour later. Then at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, leaves Palm Springs for Van Nuys in LA. Next morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time, boom, off to Antigua. He ended up in Miami eventually, but still, leaving your kids behind? That's cold. But wait, it gets worse. Last year, his baby mama Misa Milton put him on blast saying he made their son Justin take the fall for a DUI. She went off on Instagram saying, "I'm not with none of that reality TV. When is enough enough? I'm not protecting no one anymore, just my son and all the children." She even dropped that famous quote about how a fish rots from the head down, meaning bad leadership ruins everything. She wasn't done either. She said, "Everyone has to sit around for years and act like there isn't anything wrong with you. If anything ever happened to my son, God forbid, what is anyone going to say to me when we all know whose fault it would be?" Now look, I'm not saying Diddy doesn't love his kids, but chilly. When push comes to shove, he's picking himself every time, even over his own children. So is it really shocking that he's allegedly snitching on Christian to the feds? And speaking of Christian, of all Diddy's sons, he's definitely Daddy's mini-me. They even look alike. But let's be clear, just because Diddy's got all these allegations doesn't automatically mean his sons were involved. They could be totally innocent. But things aren't looking good. Both Justin and Christian have been caught up in rumors about their daddy's shady business. That Lil Rod lawsuit? It claimed Justin was helping Diddy find young girls for those infamous freak-offs. I'm not saying whether that's true or not, but here's the tea. Justin's been at Diddy's wild parties since he was just a kid. We're talking half-dressed women in bathtubs and all kinds of inappropriate things no child should see. So is anyone really shocked that Justin kept showing up to these parties as he got older? But Christian's situation? Chilly, it's way messier. He got hit with his own lawsuit. A woman claimed he acted inappropriately while she was working on a yacht Diddy rented for Christmas. According to TMZ, Grace said she was just doing her job at what was supposed to be a family-friendly event when Christian allegedly became fixated on her in the creepiest way. She claims he made her take a shot that she suspected was spiked, but thankfully, she managed to tell him off and escape. But then he demanded she find him somewhere to sleep on the yacht. With limited options, she took him to the theater room, but things allegedly got even worse. She says he cornered her again. Grace showed photos of bruises on her forearm from fighting him off. And get this, Grace and her lawyer Tyrone Blackburn didn't just come for Christian, they named Diddy as a co-defendant. Makes sense since he rented the yacht and was technically her employer. Grace argued that Diddy failed to protect her by putting her in that situation. Diddy's lawyers came out swinging, calling Grace a gold digger and saying they can expect the same kind of manufactured lies we've come to expect from Tyrone Blackburn and his clients. The lawsuit's still ongoing, but people couldn't help but notice how Christian's alleged actions mirror his father's supposed MO, especially the drink spiking part. You'd think with all this drama, Christian would lay low and pray it blows over, right? Nope! This boy's been loud as can be, even mocking the feds. he dropped a song bragging about how they missed evidence. Knock them walls down like when them Fetty boys running both our cribs. Too bad they ain't know we bought the one next door, cause that's the one they miss. I just know Diddy wanted to knock some sense into him after that song dropped because Christian basically snitched on himself and his dad. And if that wasn't reckless enough, he came for 50 Cent of all people saying, 50's not relevant to the culture anymore. Like, sir, you really want beef with the king of petty? The audacity of this boy. While all this is going down, he's still out here throwing wild parties like nothing's happening. Even with his father locked up, a video just leaked showing him at one of these crazy parties surrounded by girls making them drink liquor. Everyone looked completely out of it, if you know what I mean.
Hi, Hector!
This boy needs a serious reality check because he is being completely tone deaf right now. Like it wasn't even his birthday. He just threw this party for no reason. With his own SA lawsuit hanging over his head and that song bragging about hiding from the feds. No wonder people are saying charges might be coming soon. Well, at least he might get to share a cell with daddy. Family bonding time behind bars. But I can't imagine how he's gonna react when he finds out his own father snitched on him. That's gonna be a whole mess.
What am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all gotta deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are.
Oh my God. Y'all, Ice Cube just came through with receipts exposing how Diddy allegedly forced his sons to be like him. Now we all know Diddy's been dragged through the mud these past months with the feds investigating him, but now y'all might want to add Christian Combs to that list because he just got sued for allegedly SAing someone. Having both father and son being sued for this is wild, but according to Ice Cube, we shouldn't be shocked because Diddy allegedly put him up to it. And now that Christian's in deep trouble, word on the street is he's planning to expose Diddy as the mastermind behind it all. The stories Christian's supposedly telling about Diddy? Insane.
Also, you know, alleging that he met Cuban Gooding Jr. through Diddy on Diddy I. And it even got to a point where he started touching him on his, you know, upper inner thigh near his groin, according to him.
Did you see the picture?
Nah, I didn't get to see it, but
Oh my God. Cube, yo, listen to me, man. I don't know if it was what they call it when you take two pictures and they put it together, you stuff like that. What they call it when they put the pictures together and it don't belong together, but they put it together. Whatever.
Side by side.
Yeah, whatever they call that. Cuban Gooding Jr. was so close to that man. I would thought that was his lady.
Y'all, the way he was all up on him, and Gene's hinting that Diddy might have suggested to Cuba that Lil Rod was fresh meat.
So you seeing on pictures, do you believe his claims?
Yeah, I believe his claims. Somebody put something in Cuban Gooding Jr. ear that this was fresh meat, or see can you break him, or see can you do something? Because don't no other man be that close to no another man, for that reason. Come on, bro. That's crazy.
This mess keeps getting deeper and deeper. According to these allegations, Diddy not only did things himself, but forced others to participate too. Ice Cube's saying that's exactly what's happening with Diddy's sons, but we'll get to that tea in a minute.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need to know.
The details of Grace's story are just heartbreaking. She was just trying to do her job on what was supposed to be a family-friendly yacht trip, but it turned into a nightmare. The way she describes what allegedly happened, being cornered, fighting him off, the bruises on her arm, it's seriously disturbing. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Her lawyer is Tyrone Blackburn, the same one representing Lil Rod. And if we've learned anything about Tyrone from the Lil Rod case, it's that he doesn't play around. This man went after some of the biggest names in Hollywood.
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to.
That there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand.
The Usher connection is where things get really wild. When Howard Stern got Usher to open up about living with Diddy, chilly, the things he revealed.
Right here from day one, we used to wake up, and when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes, you know?
And the way Justin Bieber started avoiding Diddy after spending time with him, something wasn't right.
You ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose.
You good? I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good? Selling out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
But wait, there's more. Diddy's former bodyguard Gene Deal came out with some shocking claims about Usher knowing more than he let on.
A lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bruh? Can you really imagine?
What you mean by Usher though?
Usher used to stay with Diddy too, when he was younger.
Now, Ice Cube saying Usher was allegedly caught in Diddy's mind games just like Christian is now. The streets are talking, saying things like, "Apple don't fall far from the tree," and "How twisted do you have to be to teach your son to be like this?" Y'all, this whole situation is beyond messy, and I honestly don't even know what to believe anymore. What do y'all think? Was Diddy really grooming his sons? Drop your thoughts below and check out this next video.